What's good, everybody? RJ Sean here, back with another episode of Off the Top Show, Spartan Dog Edition. As you see on the screen here, got my good brother, Tony Lippett, a.k.a. Lip. What's happening, partner?
What's the wizard?
Let's go ahead and hop right into it here. Detroit Lions went ahead and beat the Cincinnati Bengals. They won 37-24. You know, you looked for the first three quarters, you're like, man, they're out here doing their thing. This should be easy. And then in the fourth quarter, they give up 21 points. Yikes.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Especially when you go ahead and give a team kind of that momentum going in the fourth quarter. Now it's a ball game. But you still got the W. You still got guys obviously producing at a high level. But talk to me about this game and kind of just the pros and cons about this one. 4-1 in the division, top of the NFC North. Talk to me.
Obviously, this was a good game. It would have been better if Joe Burrow was healthy, and that would have been a better shootout. That would have been a better game. Obviously, you know, you take Joe Burrow out of the equation, and you feel me? You take an MVP out of the equation, like, nigga, the whole game is damn near basically over, especially when you're going against a dominant team like the Lions.
Right.
The Lions, I mean, they came in and did their thing. Like, they usually do. Obviously, this is the second game on the road in a row, but this was a 3-hour? Well, I'm sure they ain't drive there, so it's probably like a 45-minute flight, if that. 5 hours down the road to Cincinnati to go and play. Big thing about this game, was it David Montgomery? David Montgomery is from Cincinnati, so he's from Cincinnati. He played quarterback in high school. I don't know if he played in Cincinnati before because they made this like a big thing. So obviously, you know, you go and play from your hometown, a bunch of your family, you know, from that area, they're coming to the game. They're going to be tuned in. They're watching the game locally. They barbecue it in the backyard. Everything is just like a live event. He came out there and did his thing. He had a passing touchdown. They gave him the ball like a little wildcat, come in and jump and threw the ball to the tight end. Obviously, he was a high school, well, ain't obviously, but he was a high school quarterback, so obviously got a little touch. You know how to get it over the goal line, do his thing. And then he added 18 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. So this was a homecoming for him. Jared Goff, another amazing day. Even though he was sacked 4 times, he was 19 for 23, 258 yards, and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So 4 incompletions, 3 touchdowns, over 250 yards. Every week we talking about Jared Goff just doing this same old thing. Like, Jared Goff has to be in the MVP conversation.
Right.
Like, I know years before we were probably saying, oh, you know, it's the team around him and it's that and it's the coordinator and it's that, this blah, blah, blah. But when you're consistently doing your thing for years in a row, it's going to be a time to get that player his flowers. And he has been able to manage the game at one of the highest levels in the NFL, like one of the highest levels. So between him, Baker, and Dak Prescott, I put those 3. You could probably throw in Jonathan Taylor in there as well, running back from Indianapolis Colts. Throw him in there as well. But every week we looking like he got 3 incompletions, 3 passing touchdowns. You feel me? Over 250 yards. Like, this is clockwork with him. So shout out to the Lions doing their thing. They lost another corner on defense though. I'm hearing that Arnold is going to be out for the season with a shoulder injury. I think he's getting a second opinion, but if he's out for the season or if he's out to the end of the season, like, this is you feel me? Like, they always had these corner problems anyway, and they was expecting big things from him going into his second year, but things happen, injuries happen. This is the game of football. This is what we play. It's physical, it's violent, and shit, survival of the fittest for real.
Right.
But the best thing about it is they went through this last year with the injuries on defense, and so they're this is not something you want to be used to, but you know they're familiar with these. They're familiar with this situation. Guys going down. So they went into the offseason with that in mind. We got to develop guys. Got to get guys ready. Got to get guys, you know, if you're a 2, 3, 4, it don't matter. You got to be ready to play because this is the NFL. Shout out to the Lions for doing their thing. They protected their quarterback. Only 1 turnover. I think it was a fumble loss. Over 250 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing, 23 first downs, 61 total plays. Love what I'm seeing from the Lions. Sunday, they play Sunday night next week? Yep, Sunday night is going to be a showdown in Arrowhead. I mean, Kansas City just coming off this loss. I'm sure we talk about that in a little bit. They just coming off a loss on Monday night. Oh, well, last night, Monday night. So I'm sure they want to come back into their arena and, get on a winning streak. You know what I'm saying? You lose to the Jaguars, you want to come, and now you're playing against the Lions. You you better lock all the way in, or the Lions going to blow you out for real. So I'm excited to see that game. It's going to be a big game for the Lions. But keep doing your thing, Lions. Keep doing your thing. We're 4-1 right now and moving on up to the east side.
Yeah, no, it's always good to it's crazy to just see when you look at the years of obviously right now with when Jared Goff has been the quarterback, that his stats are unreal. The turnaround of what he's done through the time being definitely needs to be highlighted. I'm 100% with you that he needs to be kind of in that top talk when it comes to MVPs. Everyone says Dak Prescott. Everyone says we are not giving, and I'm saying it again of what you already said, we are not giving Jared Goff his flowers. Because if you look at what he's doing right now, his average quarterback rating is 120. That is absurd out of these past 4 or 5 games that we played. He had one game against the Chicago Bears who had 150. That is disgusting. 150 quarterback rating? But that's just Jared Goff. So shout out to him and shout out to the Lions. They go ahead and face, obviously, as my good brother Tony Lippett had said, they face the Chiefs. That should be a good one. Let's move on over here to the Michigan State Spartan football team. Here they are 3-2. They lost against the Cornhuskers 38-27. Yikes. You go ahead and look at it here. First quarter, they go ahead. Nebraska gets on us early, 14-0. Velling goes ahead and gets us a touchdown there with the backup quarterback that came in to get, I guess, Childs a break. I don't know what happened there. Childs goes ahead and gets a 16-yard touchdown run. And then I'm seeing that let's see here. Yep, so it's 14-14. And then he goes ahead and gets a 4-yard run again. Johnson for the Nebraska Cornhuskers goes ahead. Excuse me. Ties it up. And then we get to the fourth quarter here, which was obviously big because you want to go ahead and close out. We don't. They kick a field goal, score 2 touchdowns, and we only get 1 touchdown at the end of the game. But basically losing that quarter in the fourth quarter, 6-17. So if you really look at it, Aiden Childs, 2 interceptions, can't have that. 9 of 23. Let me say it again. 2 interceptions, 9 of 23 from the field. That's not going to work. That is not any type of good quarterback play. Granted, you had 2 rushing touchdowns. But just talk to me about this. I feel like we're just, at this point, we're saying the same thing over and over, and we're going to continue, I feel, to say the same thing over and over about what this team needs to be if we want to go anywhere. Talk to me about it.
So I'm watching this game, and I'm watching the entire game. I just don't see no plays being made. I don't see no plays being made by nobody. Defense, they played all right, but you still gave up 38 points. So even if you was right there, to make the play, you didn't make it. You feel me? Even though we had 5 sacks, I don't think our D-line had really a double sack game this entire year. But you have 5 sacks this game. And that Nebraska quarterback, I don't think he's that good either. I think he's average at best. At best right now. I don't see him making no plays either, but I ain't about to talk about that. I'm about to talk about our offense. Our offense is trash. I'm not going to be respectful right now. I'm going to be disrespectful. Our offense is trash. Our quarterback, 9 for 23, 85 yards, 2 interceptions, and sacked 4 times. What is that? What is that? He had more incompletions than completions. He had 85 passing yards in a 4-quarter game. What's that? 21 passing yards a quarter? I'm tired of doing quarter breakdowns on him and they fucking bad. Last game, he had 3 completions a quarter with 12 completions, and now he came back this game with 9 completions. So 3 less. So what's that, 2 completions a quarter? He went from 3 completions a quarter to 2 completions a quarter now. He had more incompletions a quarter than completions a quarter. It's just bro, what? I just don't think I don't think he the guy. I don't. He played good early this year, but those were against teams that wasn't good. We knew those teams wasn't good. And one thing I liked about him better is that he was considering to use his legs, this year more. instead of just sitting back there and just overthrowing people or throwing the ball to the other team. But I mean, he did that a lot this game too. If you watch the game, he overthrew the ball or underthrew the ball at least 5 to 10 times this whole game. Then on his interceptions, he literally threw it to the other team. Like, it's just, he don't be making no plays. He don't be making no plays. And these are the games you need to make plays. Like, this is the Big Ten. You need to make plays in these games. You're on the road. They're looking at you. Y'all on the sideline arguing. And I get it. It's like, bro, throw me the fucking ball. Like, bro, I got one-on-one coverage over here. Why are you throwing it 5 yards in front of number 13 all over there? Like, I'm one-on-one over here to the boundary. Right. Like, I'm closer to you. And then you throw the ball over there all the way to the right, 5 yards in front of the wide receivers. Like, bro, come on, dog. It's only so many opportunities that we going to get out here. We just don't have it offensively. We just don't have it. 85 passing yards, that ain't going to cut it, bro. That is not going to cut it, bro. Like, that's terrible. That is terrible. That is terrible. He don't play well. He don't play well. I don't think he see the field that well. I just don't. Like, if it's not a scripted play, and when I say scripted play, I mean like shot plays. You feel me? Like, hey, we just crossed the 50. Now we got max protection, and we got this double route where we've been practicing all week, and we're going to roll out to it, and the wheel, he's going to turn the corner route to a wheel, and then you're going to throw it. If it ain't that, I don't see him just making plays, making throws. He's overthrowing the ball. He's underthrowing the ball. He's taking sacks. He's and then he gets to the sideline, and it's like, I'm surprised it took this long for somebody to jump on it. You feel me? I'm surprised it took this long. I just don't think he the guy. And with college football now, you don't know who's gonna be on the Michigan State team next year. Just like you don't know who's gonna be on Alabama next year. It's guys that leave Alabama and go to Texas. It's guys that leave Texas and go to Texas A&M. You feel me? It's guys that leave Michigan State and go to Michigan. You don't know who's gonna be where now. So I don't have no loyalty to none of these guys on this team. There's no loyalty because that's just the name of the game. These guys are not good. I don't think we coached that well either. I think there was opportunities for us to make plays. This was the worst special teams I've ever seen, like in football, bro. Like, damn near one punt return was took to the crib. They call holding on it, and they called it back. Another punt return was damn near almost took to the crib by number 2. Kickoff, you fumble the kickoff return, and then they get the ball. Then at the beginning of the game, bro, the dude ran scotch-free to block a punt. Scot-free. Before that, it was a penalty. So it was 4th and 2, right? They punted the ball. It was a penalty. Then it was 4th and 7 because he was coming in. You know how they got the little motion, and he went before, so they called it back. It was 4th and 2. So you got to think the defense probably out there like, bro, we not rushing this 4th and 2. We just going to play safe. We're going to play it safe. We're going to play more return call. We're going to play it safe. But then you get a penalty. Now it's 4th and 7. Now I'm going to bring in my special teams punt return coverage, and them the ones that they know how to blitz. They know the angles. They know how to block. They know that because, you know, with punt safe, that's usually a defense out there. They ain't really rushing. You got D linemen out there. They ain't really doing nothing. They ain't really doing that. But now when you make it 4th and 7, now I bring my punt return team out there, and now I'm rushing like that. So then that happens, and now they rush and they block the punt and score a touchdown on it. Bro, this special team was trash. All over the board, we was trash. Offense, trash. Special teams was terrible. Terrible, bro. Think about what I just said. On punt, they blocked the punt, took it to the crib. Then 2 other punts, they punted it. He ran it to the crib and then ran it back again for like 60, 70 yards. Then kickoff return, you fumble the snap. I mean, you wave a fair catch, 2 guys collide against each other, and then they get the ball back. Come on, bro. You can't win like that. You can't win like that, bro. So we looked awful. Our quarterback play is awful. The only highlight I remember from this game is the backup quarterback coming in. The backup quarterback came in, and he threw some on-time balls. He threw some dots. It seemed like, I don't know. You feel me? I know when the backup quarterback come in, it's just like their adrenaline going. They just gonna, let it fly and things like that. So you don't know if they're gonna be like that for the future.
Right.
But I'm gonna be. If I'm Coach Smith, I'll be looking at practice a little bit more. Like, hold up, I gotta put guys out there that's gonna give me a chance to win. I don't think number 2 is doing that. I don't think number 2, that quarterback, is giving Michigan State a chance to win. I don't think he got that much better than last year. And that's really what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if he got better from last year. We're in the Big Ten right now. It's only game 5, so I don't want to overreact. But like I said, the last 2 games, the Big Ten, when they played against competition that's good, they looked weak in all phases of the game. So that's how I look at it. I think they're going to be like, man, why you cutting into the team like that? I don't care. Like I said, these motherfuckers getting paid too now. So now I can really talk. You feel me? Like y'all getting compensated like a motherfucker. When I was in college, when we had not having a good year in 2012, our offense shit, I was dropping the ball. Shit was going on. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't getting no money for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? It would have been better if I was getting a couple dollars in my pocket. You feel me? And man, dropping the ball, but now y'all getting a couple dollars now. So now it's like, okay, y'all getting a couple dollars, so now we can talk shit. And I don't know, this ain't no Spartan dog for life type shit no more. You feel me? This ain't Roll Tide for life. Like every year somebody can go to a different school. So I have no loyalty to that. You feel me? To those guys. They don't even know what SpartanDawgs are really about. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know what that shit really about. So maybe I'm wrong though. But when I looked at the game and I'm watching the game, I don't see no playmakers on that team, the entire team. And that include the wide receiver core. Like I said, I like number 1, but Omari Kelly only had 1 catch. Barely no targets like that. Nick Marsh, got to get open more. Get open. They ain't going to be playing you off. They ain't going to be playing you off 10, 15 yards no more. No, they're going to be in your face. Get open. Make it happen. Or shit, go to the next quarterback and maybe he can hit you when you need to be hit. But that's all I got. We just didn't look well. We ain't look well at all. And the schedule ain't looking that promising for the rest of the year, but we shall see, right? We shall see.
And I'm going to just leave it at that. They go ahead and face the UCLA Bruins. That one is in East Lansing. That is homecoming. Hey, UCLA just went ahead and beat who they beat?
Penn State.
They went ahead and beat Penn State 42-37. Y'all going to let Nico come in to East Lansing and throw for 400 yards? That's what it's looking like right now. That's kind of what it looked like after what I saw against Nebraska. Because they are juiced right now. They just beat Penn State at the crib, and they got a whole bunch of they don't even know what team they got over there because they have no head coach. Their head coach got fired. 3 games in? Got an interim head coach in there. They got a player that I think played at UCLA that I don't know if he was like the OC or I don't know. It just looked like the vibes were very high for the Bruins when I watched that game and I watched them playing on both sides of the ball. So what are we going to do? And I don't even know what type of team this is anymore. It's one of those times right now where it's just, are you going to cover? Are you not going to cover? That's what this team is. This is a prime example of what is back in the time where it was like, all right, Michigan State will go ahead and at least cover, before we got really good in 2013, 2014, 2015. Now it's just back to ground zero. Because you can tell that all these kids that put that helmet on, that put Michigan State stuff on, that go out there and play, they don't play with no edge. None. Because if you did, none of that would have happened last weekend. Because that was ridiculous, what I saw in my own eyes. And I didn't even watch the game. I literally sat there and watched the highlights. And I was watching it via my phone. If I was watching that game live, I would have been on X talking crazy in that moment. But it's embarrassing. But now, like my good brother said, we shall see. And that's all we're going to see from the season because it's really an embarrassment. I mean, look at it. You go ahead and face UCLA, and it don't get any type of easier from here on out. UCLA, Indiana ranked 7th right now. Michigan, 15. Minnesota, Penn State, Iowa, Maryland. That performance that you put ahead against Nebraska, that looks like you can lose all these games. All of them.
Can't beat yourself, man. Can't beat yourself. can't have 8 big plays on special teams, bro. Come on, dog.
That's the
Come
ball
on,
game.
bro.
That's a ball game. You're losing immediately.
Bro,
Immediately.
one big play on special teams literally can change the game. One,
Yes.
bro. Nebraska had about 6 of them, bro, and 2 of them was called back. But they ain't called back in your head though. You still got that motherfucker ran back on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
80 yards. It still went back. Yeah, like we just not a good team, bro. We just not a good team. Prove me wrong. But right, I'm looking to see who gonna fucking make a play. Cause it ain't number 2 right now. And this whole offseason, I kept saying, I want to see how number 2 gonna play. In these last 2 games, he looked like he fell right back to his natural self. But we shall see. We shall see again. That's all I'm gonna say.
They go ahead and face the UCLA Bruins this weekend, homecoming. Before we go ahead and get off this train, Nebraska defense, number 8, Deshaun Singleton is a NFL football corner. Whatever you want him to play, he was doing. He looked incredible. That's all I'm gonna say. He looked like the real deal out there, like in all phases: tackling, interceptions, covering, run blocking, shedding guys. Shout out to him. That's all I got to say. He literally just stuck out. Like, we don't have that. We don't have a guy that sticks out like that. Not one.
Not one.
Not one. Embarrassing. But let's move on over here to the Detroit Tigers. Series is tied 1-1. Game 3 is today. Going to be tuned into this one. Mariners are a good team, but you got to keep chipping away, man. Go ahead and you steal one here. Get 2 back at the crib. Go ahead and finish it out. Talk to me about your Tigers, man.
Hey, I know y'all be like, man, you don't be. Hey, I was watching the games last week. Now I was watching the games last week. I watched game 1, 2, and 3. Now I was probably the last 3 innings of each game, but I watched them and I was like tuned in. Okay, I was like hype. I know names now. Was it Best? I know some names now. You feel me? I'm watching the game like, oh shit, get it to the second base. Oh, get it to the first base. Okay, I see the double play, the double out. Yeah, I see it. But no, man, I'm tuned in, man. Obviously the series is tied 1-1 right now. Tigers won the first game. I think it was 3-2. And then the second game, I think the Mariners came back and won 3-2. So now it's in Detroit. It's gonna be a live game. It's kind of rainy here a little bit, so I want to see how that's gonna go. Cause I think it's gonna be raining around that time, around 4, 5, and 6, and they play at 4:08. So we're gonna see how that changes the trajectory of this game or the odds or whatever it is. And even if the game gonna be played, I don't know if they be postponing games in the playoffs. I don't fucking know, but I know when they get the rain and they change the day of the game or whatever. I'm tuned in. I said I was gonna watch it when it gets to game 3 because it's a 5-game series. Game 1 and 2 is game 1 and 2. They filling each other out. Now it's kind of like, okay, now you take it up another level now. So I'm tuned in. Hold on, is this game? So is it 3 games straight in Detroit or is it
2
games in Detroit and then? Well, shit, they got to win these 2 games in Detroit, at least one of them, and then they go back to.
Yep.
Yeah, then they go back to
Seattle.
Okay, so
if it gets to that point, they could go ahead and take it at the crib if they win both these games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's ideal. What you want it to be for sure. So and then they opened up and won game 1, so I'm sure that gave some confidence as well. It's always good to steal a game that's not in your backyard. Right. Steal a game that's not in your backyard. That's always good. I don't care if it's game 1 or game 2 in whatever series you playing. It's really the NBA. I mean, NBA and MLB, and I'm sure hockey. And I think is that probably it. That's probably it. Where they have like home, away. Because every other sport just got like 1 game or some shit like that. College basketball, football, that shit. Yeah, so I'm tuning into the game, man. I'm gonna tune into like I said, I'm gonna watch if they playing today. I'm gonna watch the last 3, 4 innings. I'm gonna check the score, obviously throughout the beginning, but I'm gonna watch the last 3 innings because that's the close time. That's like the fourth quarter. We got some players that's first quarter players. They the first 15 plays of the game we good, but we know we just scripted the first 15 plays of the game. We good. We got that. But now it's time to call a game, and then some players don't got that. And I'm sure at the beginning of the game they have a game plan. Hey, this is how we're gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do in inning 3. We're gonna switch it up over here. We're gonna switch it up over there. But it's more of a script probably in the first 2 or 3 innings. But the back innings, now it's like, oh, who's doing what? Like, hey, now we have to adjust to the game. We have to adapt to this game and to who's hitting the best this game and to who's pitching the best right now. That's what it is. So I'm gonna be tuning into the back end of this game and shit. I'm locked in, man. Let's get it.
Love to hear it. Just the man is invested. That's all I'm gonna say.
Feel what I'm saying?
The Detroit Pistons now. Hey, listen, basketball is damn near here. They played their first preseason game against the Memphis Grizzlies. They won that 128-112. I was watching the highlights earlier. You know how I feel about Cade Cunningham. That man looked like a well-oiled machine for his first preseason game. 20 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 19 minutes played. I think that this team, obviously, you know that I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan. People that are on here, you know how I am. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. The Pistons should do something this year. Cade Cunningham should be someone that can definitely win himself. Shit, who knows? He might be in MVP talks if he's looking like the way he was looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. But the things that I was seeing yesterday that he was playing in that preseason game, you can always tell when someone's just super comfortable on the court and their elevation of all sequences of their game on the offensive end, on the defensive end, when it comes natural. Like he had baseline, ripped through, big body 2 guys and laid it up. Like easy though. Like he's starting to see that there's like no defender in front of him. He's just doing whatever he wants to do. And that's what it looked like. But talk to me about your Pistons, man. I got high expectations for them this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like the depth that they have on the roster as well. They added some guys. They added Duncan Robinson. They added Karis LeVert. Those are 2 guys that have had 30-point games in their NBA careers. Karis LeVert, I think, dropped a 50 ball probably once or twice in his NBA career. So he's a guy that can get to the bucket and he can score and he can break down defenses. He can shoot a little bit as well. I don't know if he's from here, but he played at Michigan, so I'm sure that's going, well, hopefully, I don't fucking know, but shit, I don't know if he's one of those guys that care about that, but playing at the crib, be able to go back up to your school, and I'm sure that's gonna, hopefully take his game to another level, because this team is more like college oriented, because they're a bunch of young guys, hungry guys. There's not a lot of egos on this team at all. So there are a lot of guys that know their role, know their roles, respect their roles. So I'm tuned in to see how this works. Like you said, Cade Cunningham is Cade Cunningham. He's applying all of the drills that he's been doing over the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You can tell like it's starting to just become natural to him now. He ain't thinking about the game. He ain't thinking about what he's gonna do. Planning for the next defender. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes these guys get worried about the defender in front of them, but like when you get to that level, which a lot of guys don't get to, now you can see Cade is getting to that level. Okay, how am I gonna dominate the back defender? And then the back defender after him, feel me? I've had to pass the ball, floater the ball, left hand layup, right hand layup, floater, step back at the free throw line, whatever it is. Like you can just tell his game is very, very, very dynamic and versatile, and he's feeling himself. I rock with it. He's feeling himself. Should be a first team All NBA player this year. I think he was second team last year. I think he was second team. I think he should be flirting with that first team. Like,
yeah,
probably gonna be second team again because of Luka's gonna be back. SGA. I think Victor gonna have something to say about it. Joker, Giannis. You feel me? It's guys that still gonna remain in there. So I like what I'm seeing. Ant. So that's gonna be tough too. Ant going in there, like it's gonna be tough. But I think he can do it. I think he can do it. There'll be a top 3 seed in the East, preferably a fucking 2 seed or a 1 seed if they can do that. But I love to see it. I like what they're doing.
Man, it's like Christmas, man. We get basketball, baseball, football. You get baseball in the playoff time. Then you got football being damn near week 6. Then you got the preseason for basketball. Man, like I said, it's like Christmas. Let's go ahead and go.
Speaking of basketball, since we're on the topic of basketball, I know you're about to move on.
Yeah.
LeBron James made a post yesterday, and we are literally 24 minutes away from his announcement
Yeah.
or whatever that is. He made a post yesterday, October 7th at 12 p.m., the second decision, and it just got the NBA world spiraling on what this decision can be. Is this LeBron James throwing us another hook and lateral or a flea flicker, to just capture our eyes and for him to promote something? Or is LeBron James about to let us know this is his last year? Or is he about to retire right now? Like, what is your speculation on what's going on with LeBron James? Like, what did you think about that when you seen it?
I didn't take it serious until you asked me this question right now, because I was just thinking and processing, like, if I was in his position to kind of just see, like, all right, am I really, like, done with playing football? Am I done really playing basketball? Like, am I done doing the same routine that I've been doing my whole life and it just comes natural? Like, I've been blessed to go ahead and do this for so long. I have the resources to be at the highest of highs of my abilities up to year 24 or 23 or whatever year it is, which is even crazy to think about. I truly believe that this is probably, I think that he's just giving us a hook and ladder. I think that he's going to go ahead and sit there and be like, I'm still playing, because I don't see him not playing for this year and another year. And the reason why I say that, and look at that, not retiring. There you go. Live right now with this, not retiring. But I just don't.
I think it's a Hennessy ad. So I guess he partnering with Hennessy or something.
Even better. But yeah, no, I mean, there you go. I don't see, like I said, LeBron can play if it's really to where he's just locked in and he feels good, he can do whatever. Like, him adding Luka, like, he doesn't really have to play that many games now. Like, he's in a very good position to where he can go ahead and for sure play some serious basketballs. He averaged 25 points last year. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. I don't see him giving out sooner than late. I think he's going to be playing more than we think he's going to be playing. Because if Steph Curry is still playing and he's talking about that, like, he's fine, like, you be reading on him, like, we be looking at LeBron, but you see these guys like Steph Curry say, like, yeah, no, like, I'm good, like, I'm playing. When I see stuff like that, that makes me say, like, oh, these guys are trying to do some, like, off the wall, legendary type shit. Like, they trying to play for a long time, like, super long time. Like, they're trying to play with robots type situations, bro. They might be playing against them. You never know. You know, we talk about that here and there on this show. That shit just went over people's heads. They just went over the head. I was one of those guys that had to go over the head too, but now I had interactions with we won't even talk about it. But no, back to those guys. Those guys literally are going to play for a long time because the league is soft. The league is weak. It's the NBA. They made it soft. Why do you think they're still playing for a long time? That's my speculation.
I think they're gonna play. I think they're gonna play as long as they giving them $40, $50 million, $60 million deals, and until they be like, hey, we ain't signing you to no 50, 60. You feel me? Like, he picked up his option this offseason because I heard that the Lakers didn't want to extend him, which we don't know, which is true, but he picked up his option. It's the first time he's ever been on a 1-year deal. He picked up his option. So, but if a team come next year and be like, hey, man, we'll give you a 2-year deal, $120 million or $100 million, I don't think he's going to turn that down. But if they be like, hey, ain't no team out there trying to give him no more than like $5 million or something like that, or he got to play on the league minimum or whatever that is, I think that's when LeBron will be like, cool, I'll go start my own league and make $100 million a year over there and build that league up, and because I can still play. And if I can play, because remember, Jordan only came back because he wanted to get ownership of the Wizards, and he came back to play for the Wizards to build that ownership with them. Right. So if Brown be like, all right, well, I go over here with them Saudi Arabians and start this league over there, and they give me $100 million a year or $200 million a year or $900 million a year. We don't know what the league gonna look like over there. And now I just bring it over there. I just bring a bunch of European guys, you feel me? Take that European league to another level. And now it's more money in there. And then you got LeBron James. You think people are not gonna come and see LeBron James out the country? First off, do you think they're gonna be able to stop them? To stop LeBron? No. So if he's still gonna be able to play. So I think he at this point he's more into the business of things, even though he still can play and he gonna play. But I think he's looking at it like I need to start, landscaping everything and making sure when I do exit over here that I'm just opening another door immediately. So I like it.
No, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he just starts his own NBA team in the States. I don't know. That man LeBron got too much power, boy. I'll tell you what. But let's go ahead and get over to the Speak On It segment here. Week 5 of the NFL. Some teams that I kind of want to just highlight just from each division. Record-wise, you got some 4-1 teams. Buffalo Bills 4-1. Indianapolis Colts, 4-1. Jacksonville Jaguars 4-1. Crazy. You have the Philadelphia Eagles 4-1. Detroit Lions 4-1. Tampa Bay 4-1. And San Francisco 4-1. Out of those teams that I just went ahead and mentioned, my good brother, which one is probably the most shocking? We probably already know which one the shocking is. But which one is the most surprise to you? Those 4-1 teams. San Francisco, Eagles, Detroit Lions, Jacksonville Jags, Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills. And also 3-1 too. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they're top of the division.
Yeah.
But go ahead and talk to me.
Yeah. I don't think it's no team in the NFC. I think those teams, 49ers, Eagles, Bucks, Lions, I think they were highly rated this year, highly ranked this year. I think they had a bunch of talent and they had a pedigree to where, we knew that they was going to produce for sure. AFC, you named 3 teams. I was 4-1. The Bills, it won't be the Bills. They're good. Bills is the Bills. It's between the Colts and the Jags. I'm going to say the Jags are surprising for sure because I definitely wouldn't think that they would be 4-1. They still don't even feel like a 4-1 team at all right now. So I'm not even going to really ponder on those guys. I'm going to go to the Colts because I assumed that the Colts would have been, a good team because I always say I thought the Colts were just like a quarterback away from being competitive. They're doing their thing right now. The Colts are 4-1. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Broncos. The Broncos was a good game. I think they were down in the Broncos game as well. They actually came back and won that game. They beat the Titans. The Titans is not a good team. They lost to the Rams that following week. And then they beat the Raiders. So they haven't beat no great teams. The only competitive team they beat was the Broncos. And I think if they played the Broncos again, they wouldn't beat the Broncos. So they haven't played nobody, and then when they played the Rams, they lost to the Rams. But I like how they're playing. You feel what I'm saying? These guys are NFL players, and these are NFL teams. They game plan every week. They scout every week. These are NFL guys. So I'm not going to say they ain't playing nobody, but me knowing the game and me knowing how, the season goes, these teams aren't competitive at all. And they schedule look pretty damn easy for real. They got the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Titans, the Steelers, the Falcons, the Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, Texans. I see about 4 really competitive games for the rest of their season. So they should be a 12-5 team or 11-6 team. At the best, they probably can mess around and be a 13-4 team. You know what I'm saying? So I like what they're doing. I like how Daniel Jones is playing right now. He's protecting the ball. They're running the ball. They have an offensive line. They got one of the best running backs in the game. That rookie tight end, Tyler Warren, I knew he was going to change the dynamic of that offense because, man, outside receivers is cool, but I'm telling you, I played quarterback in high school. A quarterback's best friend, bro, is a good tight end, bro. Somebody that can be right in front of them, a
Right.
bigger target, a matchup target. Safeties can't guard him. Linebackers can't stay with him. And he can run routes. He's a playmaker at tight end. Obviously, he's one of the top tight ends in the game already, and he's a rookie. So, and I've kind of figured that was going to happen for sure. So, Daniel Jones has weapons. That defense is turning the ball over. And that conference is not that tough. So, I like the Colts in that division as well. I mean, I like the Colts as being one of the shocking teams in that division as well for sure because they just doing their thing right now. I love it. Shout out to the first round quarterbacks that got drafted by other teams and then went to another team or probably went to another team after that and has found their, I think Daniel Jones has found his home. We got to see it for the rest of the season and we got to see him be able to, his foundation be a 200-yard passer, one touchdown, one pick. Like not one touchdown, three picks, or two touchdowns, three picks, or one. You feel me? Like it got to be 200 yards, one touchdown, no turnovers. If he can do that, I think they found them. And I'm talking about at the baseline of him. He can be that quarterback moving forward. But shout out to those quarterbacks: Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. Am I missing anybody? Jared Goff. I can throw Jared Goff in there. Jared Goff. You feel me? Carson Wentz kind of trying to, find his way. That's what I'm saying. He's finding his way through a touchdown, a whole shot in the red zone to win the game. To win the game basically to Addison in London or wherever they was at. They was out of the country. I like it, man. Backup quarterbacks coming back, trying to revamp themselves and do their thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So shout out to them for sure, though.
No, it's always good when you go ahead and fight through that adversity, man. Just keep plugging, keep putting one foot in front of the other. Shout out to them guys for sure. Some games definitely need to go ahead and talk about here. Huge win for the Broncos, beating the Eagles in Philly. Bo Nix was unreal in the fourth quarter. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, he looked like the game really wasn't going his way for the whole team. I mean, you didn't score nothing but 3 points in the first quarter. Then you put an 18 ball up. Hey, we've said Bo Nix. I think we both said that Bo Nix was going to be a problem in the NFL. I said that he was the best out of his class. He was the best quarterback in his draft class. And I think he didn't even go first round. Yeah, you didn't? I thought you did.
No, he went first round. I think he went 12. I did.
Okay.
Because I watched him at Auburn. And I know you was definitely a fan of him. You was a fan of him for sure.
I was a full fan.
I wanted to see it. And last year I did see it. I liked the way he played football. I did see it. So shout out to Bo Nix. That's my fantasy quarterback too. So shout out to Bo Nix. But go ahead and carry on what you were saying.
Yeah, no, just talk to me about this game. I mean, this, like I said, shout out to my good brother Benny Fowler talking about what he be talking about with his whole situation within the sports world. It's incredible. He said that this was damn near like winning Super Bowl 50 type game. Like, this was a huge win. And he ain't lying. This was a big game for the Broncos. You go into Philly and you win in the fourth quarter on a Super Bowl championship team. Talk to me about it. It's huge.
No, it's a big game. Obviously it was down with 18-3 or 17-3. They was down 17-3 in the fourth quarter. And they reeled off 18 points in a row. What was it? They had 3 drives in the fourth quarter. Let me tell you the drives. The first drive in the fourth quarter was a 68-yard drive, ended in a touchdown. Touchdown pass to, touchdown run to Dobbins. Dobbins have showcased that he can run that ball and keep the chains moving as well. Him and Harvey. Harvey is a rookie, but Harvey is a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, run the ball as well. He gives me Kevin Falk vibes, James White vibes. Shit, it could be Brian Westbrook as the time go on, but we got to see if we can turn in that. Brian Westbrook was a dog. If y'all hit Brian Westbrook.
He was in a different
But he
caliber.
opened up the fourth. Yeah, he opened up the fourth quarter, 60-yard drive, touchdown. Eagles get the ball back, 4 plays, they done. Well, basically a 3-and-out because first play was a penalty and it was first and 20. So 3-and-out. They get the ball back with 11 minutes left. It took them 4 minutes, a little under 4 minutes to drive the ball 72 yards to score. 72 yards. Bo Nix throws a touchdown to Evan Ingram, and that was a nice little play too. And it was a threaded the needle, caught the ball, turned around, got vertical. Evan Ingram need to find his way in this offense too because he's a problem. And then immediately after that, they go for the 2. Sean Payton saying, "I'm with that shit. What's up? We ain't playing for no ties. You playing against the champs in their backyard, against their crowd in Philly, bro. I played in Philly a few times. Philly is fucking wild, bro. It's like a jungle in that motherfucker. For real, it's a jungle in there, bro. So you gotta come in there with confidence. You gotta come in there like, bro, we ain't playing to lose, we playing to win. And for him to come out there and go for that 2-point conversion and then put it in the hands of his quarterback. Nice little semi-sprint out, throw to Franklin to catch the ball. They go up 18-7. So now it's 7:36 on the clock. Eagles, 5 plays, done. They get the ball back. Broncos get the ball back with 5 minutes left on their own 32-yard line. They drive that down. They have the ball for basically 4 minutes. They have the ball for 4 minutes. Converting first downs. It was a third down on that drive. It was a third down, 3rd and 6 on their own 47-yard line. Quinyon Mitchell one-on-one with Cortland Sutton. Like a semi-fade ball. Nice little back shoulder fade ball where it's just like, hey, we got to go. You got to go up and get it. You got to use your size. Cortland Sutton like 6'4", 6'5". Quinyon Mitchell is, 5'9", 5'10". He's a really good corner, and he's a competitive corner with a lot of good technique, and he played like a dog. But size gonna come in a factor at some point. And size did come right there. Bo Nix threw him a nice little ball, and he went up and went and got it. Moved the chains, taking the crowd out of it more. The crowd started getting a little nervous right there, like, oh shit. They just made a first down on 3rd and 6. Bow. They drive the ball down. Now it's a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, they throw the ball to Harvey. And I don't think he got the first down, but Zach Bryan had late hit him, and then they move the ball 15 yards forward. So now they get in field goal position, kick the field goal. They literally rolled off 18 points in a row by being aggressive. 3 possessions in the 4th quarter, all touchdowns. All 70-plus yard drives, 60-plus yard drives. In Philly versus the Super Bowl champs with Super Bowl DNA, with Jalen Carter on that defense. With the defensive player of the year on that defense. No, he was the 2nd defensive player of the year or in the voting, Zach Bryan. Yeah. You feel me? With Dean, with Mitchell. You feel me? With Cox. Well, not Cox, Fletcher Cox. Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith in their backyard. A tush push wasn't going to be able to get them out of that. They had to come down there and score because now when they went for the 2-point conversion, which made it 18-17, they get down there in field goal range. Now it's 21-17. Now you have to drive the ball. Now you have to score a touchdown, not a field goal to top the game. So the Broncos just played to win. They played to win. Obviously, the first 3 quarters, they only scored 3 points, and it was looking bad. But to close the game out in the 4th quarter, how they closed the game out and to win in Philadelphia, that should put so much confidence, give so much confidence to that team. Sean Payton put the ball in Bo Nix's hands and told you, bro, I believe in you. And he went out there and made it happen. That shit gonna go a long way in that locker room. So I think this is a very, very, very great win for the Broncos. I don't think it's a bad loss for the Eagles because shit, they ain't lost in 15 games. They've been the last 15 games, they've been 15-0. So obviously the streak was gonna happen sooner or later. And you would definitely want it to happen early in the season so you ain't got to carry that shit on. That shit is tough to be carrying throughout you feel me? You don't want to keep carrying that shit. So they lost already. They got that off but they ain't lost in Philly in a long time. And for Denver to go in there and win, Denver showcased that, hey, we own that. We own that. So great win. That was probably one of the biggest wins this whole weekend, if we being honest. I think it's the biggest win this entire weekend. For sure. So shout out to Bo Nix for going in and getting a signature win. A lot of young quarterbacks getting signature wins versus Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, MVPs, all-pro quarterbacks, all-pro teams, all-pro franchises. I'm sure we'll talk about the other few later on in this episode, but shout out to Bo Nix, man, getting that nice, very, very nice statement win on the road versus a championship DNA team. That's how you earn the trust in that locker room. That's why they walk into there. They believe. If they ain't believe you before, if they ain't believe in Bo Nix before, they believe in him now. So shout out to the Broncos. Shout out to Bo.
Well, let's just keep in the same realm. There's another great game. Patriots versus the Bills. That was obviously Sunday night. Patriots won that 23-20. Want to talk about quarterback play? Drake May versus Josh Allen. I had tweeted it. Who's going to be the bigger dog? Who's going to go ahead and play the way? Who's going to win? Who's going to win that battle? Yeah, you see Josh Allen threw 2 TDs. Yeah, you saw it was 22-31. But we have Josh Allen at a very high stature now. We don't want to see Josh Allen throw an interception, period. Point blank. The interception that he threw was very bad. They had
in
that
the red.
drew up to a freaking T for him to go ahead and throw that. He didn't even see him. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? But I'll say this. That boy Drake May for the Patriots looked very well. Big-time plays when he needed to make it. Stephon Diggs going crazy. 10 receptions for 146 yards. They looked like a well-oiled football team on all 3 phases of the game. New England is definitely a team that you got to take serious. This is another huge win. Talk to me about it.
I was tuned in for this game. I remember before we started talking, before the season, I had brought like 2 surprise teams that I think could, be competing to get to them playoffs, and it depended on how the quarterback was going to play and how the team rallied around them. And one of them was the Buccaneers for sure, and then my other team was the Patriots. They looked well. They looked well coached. You can tell they playing for their coach because obviously Mike Vrabel is a player's coach. He's a player. He played offense and defense, won Super Bowls, played a multitude of positions. Well, multiple positions. Very versatile player. Very team guy. Very straightforward, direct type of person. And players love that shit. I don't care what you say, bro. Players like direct. We love just straightforward. Don't beat around the bush with us. Don't be fucking doing all the other shit, saying this and then going over there and saying that. No, we like when you straightforward to us. Like even when earlier this week, I guess Stephon Diggs said he only knew the offense like 5 out of 10, or he was they asked him about his comfort in the offense, and he said 5 out of 10. And I seen an interview with Mike Vrabel on there, and I guess he responded to that. He was like, "Shit, I guess you need to get in the playbook a little bit more." Like that's real. Like you feel me? Like that's real because it ain't no hating shit. It wasn't no hating. It wasn't. Even if you thought it was a slight, I said it straightforward. It wasn't no. I ain't had to dissect what he said. I ain't have to. You feel me? Like read between the lines. No, he said exactly what he said. And then he come out here and had 10 catches for 146 yards. I think I seen something that said in like the last 20 games, Stephon Diggs didn't have no 100-yard games. But the last 2 games, he had 100-yard games. 8+ catches, 100-yard games in the last 2 games with Drake May. Drake May nice. He made some throws. He made some throws, man. He made some throws that night. He made some great decisions. Even in the fourth quarter, you seen it like when he was damn near getting pulled down and he threw it to Stephon Diggs. Bro, like that's some Josh Allen type shit. Like that's some Ben Roethlisberger type shit, bro. Like he a big dude, and like he was getting dragged down by a D lineman, bro, and he still was able to throw the ball and convert, bro. He looked good. I'm sure they're gonna continue to get guys around him play better. They're gonna feel more confident. That's a big win. Stephon Diggs returning back to his stomping ground. He made a lot of plays, a lot of all pros, a lot of touchdowns on that field, playing for Buffalo. Sunday night, I'm sure he was geeked up, ready to play, and he did. He went out there, 10 catches, 146 yards, and made timely catches. Had yak yardage. They look good. So shout out to the Patriots. Defense looked well. They turned the ball over. They took the ball away. Now, the damn jet sweep to Dawson Knox that the Bills did early in the game, they was trying to be too cute. Like, bro, just hand the ball off to number 4, bro.
Please.
Just hand the ball off to James Cook. Like, stop with all the cute shit. Get a ball to your guys. Dawson Knox don't need no fucking jet sweep, bro. Like, it ain't like he gonna, after the jet sweep, he gonna turn into fucking Gronk or something. No, he don't really be doing shit. Kincaid be doing something. So they just gotta not shoot themselves in the foot. You can't turn the ball over. They had 3 turnovers, and the Patriots had no turnovers. That sound like you gonna win the game. So shout out to the Patriots. I'm loving what they seen. I'm loving what they doing. They got to go on a run though. Their next 3 games, they play the Saints next week at the Saints. Then they play at Tennessee, and then they play the Browns, and then they play the Falcons. If they serious, they should go 4-0 right there. And their next big game should be in Tampa Bay on November 9th. But if they trying to say we serious, these next 4 games need to be all W's. All of them. You should be able to beat all those teams. That's if you trying to show that you feel me, y'all should take us serious. So I like what I seen. I like how Drake May played, and maybe they found their quarterback. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe they just found their quarterback. Maybe they found their quarterback, their franchise quarterback, and all teams want that franchise quarterback that don't turn the ball over and that make the right decision with the ball. Maybe they have that. Now they can continue to start to build around that. So I love what I've seen from the Patriots. And
2 guys that I think, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. To go into Buffalo on the road on Sunday Night Football, that's one of those wins that we as real players that know the game, that's one of those wins that's like, all right, you kind of arriving a little bit, huh? Okay. That's like the beginning. You opening the door. Oh, okay. So, you opening the door now. Now you got to walk through that motherfucker. Now you got to play winning football from this point moving forward. Just bruh, this is what I think about great players and superstars, and I'll let you go after that.
Yeah.
Great players and superstars cannot be the reason they team lose. I don't give a fuck if y'all 0-17. You better not be the reason that your team is losing. Period. You can't be the reason. And if Drake May is able to establish that identity of himself where he's keeping the game close all the time, we might have found our next fucking Ben Roethlisberger, you feel me, type quarterback. Steve McNair type quarterback. We might have found him.
Well, we know that both of these franchises definitely have their starting guy for a long time. I mean, this Buccaneers Seahawks game was absolutely incredible to watch. Yeah. Points everywhere, exciting from quarter 1 through 4. You got Baker Mayfield versus Sam Darnold throwing for over 340, completion crazy, over at least 85%. Guys making plays all over the place. You got the wide receiver battle for Ohio State. Man, this was just plays being made all over. Talk to me about this game here, just as a whole.
This shit is so funny. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold was on the same team in Carolina. Carolina had Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a shootout. Baker Mayfield, 29 for 33, 4 incompletions on the road in Seattle. Seattle is a tough place to play too, bro. 9, 2 touchdowns,
yes, it is.
No interceptions, one sack. So he was clean down in the whole game, getting the ball out of his hand, making plays. Sam Darnold, 28 for 34, 6 incompletions, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he cost his team with the 1 interception at the end of the game. He threw the pick. It was kind of a late throw over the middle. Levante David, as we know Levante David to be one of the best pass coverage and linebackers in the game. He's been that way since he walked into the league. Really good guy. Really active linebacker. He made a play. They ended up getting the ball back, drove the ball down there, kicked the field goal to win the game. If you are a quarterback, you a high school quarterback, you a college quarterback, you should watch that game. Just watch them make the throws they make, timely throws, 3-step, on time, dropping back in the pocket, on time, throw the ball. All this shit is on time. I love what I was saying. That's two, I'm going to say, up-and-coming great quarterbacks. I think Baker Mayfield has showcased that he's there. I think Sam Darnold needed to do it for a couple more years to showcase that he's here to stay. I like Baker though. I think Baker is where exactly he want to be, and you gotta understand, Godwin is coming back from injury, so he's still, getting in rhythm, trying to get his rhythm, trying to get in shape and gain shape. He hasn't played no preseason, no real practice. But Abuke, number one receiver, just making plays, man. You look like a veteran out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just look like a veteran out there making plays. Baker loved him from the first time he seen him for real, because he was polished. He was polished.
Yeah.
Abuke was a polished receiver, crafty receiver, late hands, great hands, just like a vet out there, just like a vet out there. So that was a live game, though. Shout out to them. Shout out to those quarterbacks finding their homes. I think both of them will maintain with ththese teams. I'll probably say for the rest of their career, but you know how that go. For the near future, though, I think they're found their quarterback. So shout out to that quarterback play. Shout out to the Bucks getting a great road win in Seattle. Love what I'm seeing from the Bucks for sure. And they're not even all the way healthy. They was missing Bruce Irvin and Mike Evans. That's a lot of production.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of production. So great win. Baker Mayfield, you playing out your mind right now. I love it. Because I was talking shit about you years ago. But I'm going to give you your love when you fucking doing your thing, bro. He playing like an MVP, bro. This is the Baker that I'm not going to say I think he's playing above what he thought he would be playing, because I think he's a confident person, you know what I'm saying? But, bruh, he look good, bruh. Keep doing your thing. Stay healthy. I'm loving what I'm seeing and shit. Keep playing. They might end up in the Super Bowl while y'all playing.
For real. Hey, before we go ahead and take y'all out here, I got a question for you, man. There are some teams, some top teams throughout the years that went ahead and took some L's. I'm going to go ahead and talk about them real quick here. Chiefs went ahead and lost. Ravens got walked against the Texans. That's your team. Rams went ahead and lost a tight one on Thursday against the 49ers. Obviously, we already went through and talked about the Eagles. But those three teams that I just mentioned, Chiefs, Ravens, Rams, let's see who else I can throw in there. Well, and the Bills. I'll throw the Bills in those four teams. Which one do you think is the most concerned right now with the way this season is going?
Was the Ravens in there?
The Chiefs, yes, the Ravens.
There you go. They could. They could. This was the most points.
44 points? Bro, 44?
We talking about Houston. Houston ain't been on all year like that. They walk into your crib and it's 24-3 at halftime, and then the first drive out of that, they score a touchdown. Now it's 31-3. This is the most points John Harbaugh have given up in his entire stint at home. I think it was period. Come on, bro. I don't care how many injuries you got, bro. It's the scheme. It's the voices. It's the coaching. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me it's not that. You cannot tell me it's not that, bro. So, yeah, they suck. They suck. And without Lamar, over with. Game time. Over with, game time.
Game time it is. Yeah, it's, man, I got nothing to say. It's just crazy. But with that, people, you guys, we appreciate you obviously always tuning in. We will see you sooner than later. Peace out, everybody.
Yervski.